Hello, friends. Welcome to a Facebook Live with Rhonda. It's our lunch break that I do on Wednesdays. Thanks for being here. Obviously, when you get here, say hi. Let me know that you're here. I am happy to see all of you. Well, I see your faces and I see your names, and that obviously makes me think of your faces. So many of you, and some of you I've never met in person, but I feel like I have, spending this time together. So welcome to my craft room. Today is a special lunch break. I'm excited about it. Very excited. I've been working on it for a couple days. We did a one sheet wonder. I say we because I did the creating and I made all the projects, and then Ryan created the templates for it. So I'm so blessed to have him working with me and be able to handle some of those graphic type things that I don't like to do, and he's so good at them. So I'm excited to jump in and get started. A one-sheet wonder. Who here has never heard of a one-sheet wonder? If so, you are still in the right place because you're going to learn about it today. I am excited to jump in. It's one of my favorite projects because it's kind of like a puzzle. I love puzzles. I am a puzzle girl. Like, it is, and always have been. When I was a little girl, I always would have a little crossword puzzle book with me. And when I was in high school, my favorite thing to do, this shows you how wild and crazy I am, but my favorite thing to do during high school was come home, and my mom and dad, we got the newspaper, right? And the newspaper would get delivered to you. And my mom would take the crossword puzzle section and she would go make a copy of it and wouldn't look at it. And so she would copy it. And then and then my dad got the answer key. And then, because I was the baby of the family. So there was maybe a year or two where I lived there without all my brothers and sisters. And so anyway, we would make copies of it. And then my mom and I would work on it all night. We would race each other to see who finished it. And then obviously, they were tough crossword puzzles. So at the end, we would actually swap them, and then we would finish the other person's puzzle. So I love puzzles. My release, like when I'm super stressed or I can't sleep or I am like, I grab a puzzle. Like, I just love it. So I love putting together puzzles, but I love like crosswords and Sudoku and you name it. I love it. The Tetrises and all that stuff. So anyway, the one sheet wonder is right up my alley because it is like a puzzle. So when you make all your pieces, then you have to put those pieces into cards, and I love that. And actually what I do is after I cut all the pieces and I create my one sheet wonder, so this one I kind of created from scratch, and then I like put together the skeletons of the cards. So this one made 11 cards. I've done them that have made 10. To get 12, you can get 12. But it just means there's a lot thinner pieces of the designer series paper. And I really love this paper, and I wanted it to be the star of the show. But it's not. The bundle ended up being the star of the show. I chose a bundle I'd never used before. It's brand new, and I had actually picked a different one. And I was like, this just isn't working. And so I grabbed one that I had brought with me that's brand new and fallen in love, and I hopefully you guys are too. So that's what today is. It's a one sheet wonder. So I'm going to make just like 3 or 4 of the cards. I'm going to show you how I cut it. I'm going to show you all the finished cards, and I'm going to assemble a few of them for you, because once you get going with a one sheet wonder, then it just kind of flows naturally. So sometimes I'll use ones that I find online, and then I'll just use it to kind of like start the mojo flowing. And then next thing you know, you're coming up with all your own fun cards. And that's what I hope you guys can do with me too. So now, how do you get the template? I know you're going to ask that. I'll say it a couple times. I'll say it for those of you who are here with me in the beginning. So thank you for all of my friends who are here. I love that you're here. Anyway, my email list. So we will email it to everybody on my email list, and we'll email you a picture of the cards too. Now, if you want like actual measurements, directions, step-by-step tutorial directions, we will have that too. And that is going to be on Creative Corner. But it's also going to be, this will be a class that I will offer that you can just click a button and buy it. So have the PDF included too. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump in. This past week, we've been working very hard on our internet. I really believe that our internet could have been the reason why I kept getting booted the past month. So, because I wasn't getting booted before. Anyway, so we're trying. So my husband went to Best Buy and got some boosters. So we have boosters. This house is buzzing with internet. So we're going to try that to see if that will fix the issue. Again, if I get booted, I will just come back again. Give me like 4 or 5 minutes and I got to rechange all my cameras and lighting and everything. And then I will go live again. And anyway, so just thank you for your patience. If you're coming back, know that we will figure this out. There is nothing that I will not figure out. We're going to. So this one, we're trying our internet. The second thing is, hopefully you've noticed my hat. It says Notre Dame and play like a champion today. So Notre Dame is in the championship, the national championship. I have been an avid Notre Dame fan for as long as I can remember. I lived in South Bend. I met my husband in South Bend, Indiana, and that's where we were high school sweethearts, and we are extremely passionate Notre Dame fans. So life is fun right now. Like, we're really excited to watch that game and the excitement leading up to it. So today I decided to show my Notre Dame colors to all of you. Jennifer Drake, I know there's going to be one day of the year that you and I are going to be enemies. So Jennifer Drake lives in Ohio. She is one of my very, very best friends. But on that Monday, we might have a little tussle. All right. So let's jump into our hands. And let me show you. It is going to be a showdown, right? Okay, so the bundle I'm using is Memorable Blooms. The reason actually why I chose it was I love the words. And so for a one-sheet wonder, you really want good words. I had originally chosen this one. It's called With You in Mind because I love the big, bold words on this too. And I started to use it, but I was quickly realizing I wanted just a little bit of flowers, just a little bit, nothing crazy. Well, Memorable Blooms does that exactly. I just opened it, so Nancy and I haven't put it in a case yet, but we will. I have one right here. I wanted to run it through to show you, but so this is in there too. This is already ran through. This is one of the cards. I just want to show you how to run this through and what you get. But anyway, you get this. This awesome one is separate. It's a great, is that a hexagon? I don't know what, oh my gosh, geometry fails me. And then you have this other one that actually cuts out this really pretty flower that goes inside of it. And then you have this, that's my favorite one. And then you have these 3 flowers that you can stamp and color in, and then you can run them through with the blends. So this, I switched to this one, and yep, it sold me. I cannot wait to, I couldn't get enough of it. Couldn't get enough of it. So I'm excited about that one. So Memorable Blooms. All right. So let me just show you what is the beauty of a one-sheet wonder. All of these cards, this is where the star of the show obviously is our designer series paper. And the paper that I'm using is a free celebration paper. So you can only get this for free with your $60 order. Or in the US. And if you go over $120, you can get 2. Or you can get other of our papers and bundles and so forth. When I first saw this, I was like, yeah, I don't need any more flowers. But I changed my mind again, as usual. They're almost, they're patterned, so I love that. So like one side's a little busier, and then one side will be not as busy. So they go really, really, really well together. I would like to say, oh, this is my favorite sheet. But then I'll be like, oh, wait a minute. No. This is my favorite sheet. The purples. So I used these last week. Like, look at these purples. Every shade of purple that we carry goes with all of them. So the one that I did my one sheet wonder, and I'm going to use it again today just because I wanted to I was going to try to do a different one, but I decided to stick with this one just because I have all the paper ready to go. So this sheet here has all kinds of pinks, pool party, coastal cabana, even has some peach pie in it, and the back side is pool party. So a one sheet wonder, you start off with a full sheet of 12 by 12. And this one, we are going to use every last drop of the paper. So I just wanted to show you, like, these are all the cards that we're going to make, and it's all from one sheet of paper. I added just our Baker's Twine pack. This one might be my favorite one. It's hard. I know, we're not gonna, see, look, they just keep going and going and going. Not done yet. I love the coloring in of these flowers. Keep going and keep going. All right, so these are all the cards that you can make with this one sheet. And so here is our template. Again, when you're on my email list, so there's a link to join my email list. It should be in the description. If not, we'll be putting it in the description. It's in the description. So click the little see more in the description, and you want to be on my email list. And then we will email this out probably a couple times. We'll email it out tomorrow, and then we'll probably email it out again at the end of the week, just as a reminder so no one misses it. Now, this one I just hand drew just to show you on how we're going to cut the paper, but this will be printable, so you can print it off, or you can just, however you want to do it. So then you take your piece of 12 by 12, and we're just going to start cutting. So the first thing we're going to do is cut the first panel is going to get cut at 4 inches. Actually, with this one, they're all 4 inches. So you could actually start off by doing all 3 panels at 4. Then we're going to cut this at 5 1/4 and at 5 1/4. That first one. Okay. So there are those. This one, so I'll just do it all at once. This one, you're going to cut at a diagonal. So you just go to point to point. Go. And then this one, this other 4 by 5 1/4, you're going to cut off 1.5 inches. So just cut 1.5 inches. So the other piece is 2.5. So what I just did, just so you know, that was this strip here. So I cut all of those. Now let's do this strip. So that one is the same. The first one is by 5 1/4. The second one's by 5 1/4. And then you have another 1.5 inch at the end. Now this one, I just cut right in half. So we're just gonna cut it right at 2 inches. So you have two 2-inch strips. This one is kind of fun. You have to do a little bit, like you need to have a pencil nearby. So if you have a pencil, and then I'm gonna measure from the top down. I'm gonna measure at 2 inches. I'm gonna mark that at 2 inches. And then the other side, we're going to measure to 3 1/4. So I just put 3 1/4, and I'm going to mark that one. So it's a diagonal, but not really a diagonal. So then you're going to, it's like a slant. And you could just cut randomly if you wanted to, but I'm going to, so you line up your 2 inch, and then that 3 1/4, and then you cut that. So you're left with this. All right, so that was that strip. So that's this middle strip, and then we have our last strip over here. All right, I'm watching your comments too, so in case you have any questions. Then this next strip, we're going to do 2.5, 2.5, 4, and then these are each. This is just at 1.5, so you cut this in half. All right. So this is what's fun, and you do this. You just do all the cutting at first, and you just have this. You just have this pile of paper, and that's what we're going to use. So this is where the puzzle came in. So now we get to start putting it together. So you're going whatever, and you could use, guys, whatever paper you want to. Obviously, this one's awesome because it's free, and a lot of you are going to own it. So I wanted to try to make sure I used a lot of the paper that you guys can have. All right, you are going to need 2 full sheets of Pool Party, 2 full sheets of Melon Mambo, 2 sheets of thick white, and 2 sheets of basic white. So all you need for all these 11 cards is 8 sheets of cardstock. I did, just for decorating, had a little bit of Pretty in Pink. So I did, and you didn't have to. You could do this in Melon Mambo as well if you wanted to. So like some of the other colors, just when you do your decorating. Okay, so all of the Pool Parties and the Melon Mambos and the 2 thick whites all get cut 4 1/4 by 11. All of them do. So I did them all kind of the same direction just to kind of make it, make it as simple as possible. All right, so I'm not going to make all of the cards. I'm just going to make some of them. So which is the fun is you've got both sides. You can mix them up. I'm just going to show you, let's see here. Let's do the one that has the 4 by, well, let me show you the diagonal pieces. So when you do the diagonal pieces, oh, and so the one other thing, the 2 pieces of basic white, one of them is to run through all of your labels. The other one, you are going to, and you could do it right from the very beginning. So it's kind of fun just to, again, like right from the very beginning, you're going to need 4 of these 4 by 5 1/4. So I use those on 4 of the cards. Maybe you might need another one too. So you're going to need some basic white. And then it's as simple as now laying down your diagonals, and you'll figure it out depending on what size you did that on. So then this one would go this direction, and you could do them swip swap if you want to. I did when I did this this one over here, the Pool Party one. I went ahead and I wanted a border to go around it. Do you see that? So when that border, I wanted this border to go around it. When I did that, these hung off over here, and that's okay. Just go ahead and we'll just make it for you. Where's my adhesive? Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and glue that piece down, and this diagonal is gonna go just like that. And I want a little bit of a border, but it does stick out. That's okay. Then you're going to take this is where scraps come in handy too if you've got a scrap bin. But I'm going to take a longer one. Like this is probably about 8 inches of a 1/2. And then I put glue on that 1/2 inch strip. And this gets laid down over top of it. But see how it goes? It just covers up all that part that sticks off. It's like that. And then when you flip it over, then you're going to just trim off whatever is hanging over that white. There. And then this one. So these are the 2 first panels, are the diagonal ones. So that's why I'm just going to show you, we'll start at the beginning and work our way. And I'll just keep going for a little bit. I've got all the supplies here, but this is why I want to show you just how simple and easy this is. Especially when you got ones to copy. You guys can just buzz through these so fast. And I would think it's fun and challenging. Thanks, Louise, for calling it cool. It is so cool. All right. So then this one, we're just going to glue down to here. It's just going the other direction. I don't know why, just mathematics. Okay, then, so for this one, you could take the flower and stamp it, and I put it on a circle. So I'm gonna take a 2-inch punch real quick and punch that. In the picture, I think I used Stylish Shapes. Where's our stamp set? Here you go. So I'm taking this little flower right here, and we're going to use our Memento ink, stamp that. See if I get that right. Pretty darn good. I should have stamped first and then punched out. I don't know why I didn't. I use a lot of pool party in my cards, obviously. And then the Melon Mambo blends, I don't own here. So I use the Dark Berry Bliss lightly, just if you don't own it either. There's always a will, there's a way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take all my leaves I did in pool party. So you can color this in however you want to. And this one is kind of like a monochromatic card, so you can add like whatever, like maybe I did the peach pie because it matches the dots. So I use the sunny day dots. All right, so these are all brand new products that we have just kind of gotten. This set of dyes you're going to love. I'm going to show you some of the really awesome things that it does. So one, it just has these fun coloring flowers. So they're fun to color, they're bold, they're easy to color. Okay, and then I'm taking just pool party, the darker pool party, let's see, and adding that the darker into the leaves. Okay, and then you would want to take your Melon Mambo. Or this is good too. This is your lighter Berry Burst. Just adding some of that color there. See? Doesn't that look pretty? All right, so I'm gonna take that. The ink pad I did for all of my words was actually basic gray. I liked a little bit of a lighter color, and it just a tad bit lighter, not a bunch. All right, so I'm going to, what I'm going to do first, actually, I'm going to stamp the words. Because if I screw up and don't do the words right, then I can move my thing over top of it. So I learned this because, ask me why, because I screwed it up in one of my samples. So I'm going to take the Love and Thanks. Do you guys, let me show you this. Because I'm not going to show you this one, I don't think, but so here's this one. It was actually meant to go this way, but I stamped my words upside down. So all I did, so look, whoever gets this card, it's going to open this way. And that's okay, right? Like, it's going to be fun. It's fine. It's a homemade card. People are going to love that. But when I stamped it, I was like, oh, geez. Well, there you go. Now I'm going to have to remake the darn card. Are you guys dying that Rhonda, there you are using open pads. That's what I get. I know. Okay. Oh, good. Debbie's getting to catch us live. Ah, I know. Dang it. Good thing I already took my pictures. So anyway, that's what I get. So I'm going to stamp my words first. And I always like to practice on like a scratch piece of paper just to make sure that I kind of got it straight. Yep, that looks pretty straight. Then I'll go here and stamp it here. There. So that says Love and Thanks. Oh, goodness. Hopefully you guys are like, oh, Rhonda. That's what we do. We're crafters. We get our hands in all kinds of ink and paper all the time. So, and that's the beautiful part is I will just pull all that apart, and I had already kind of messed it up anyway. Oh, no. I know. You guys warn me all the time. You're just like I do with like my kids. I warned you. I warn you all the time. And there you go. You still left the pad open. And here I am. Still leaving it open. Because I got to use it again. You guys don't want to watch me open and shut it. It was, I just fumbled. Okay, so to decorate all of the cards, I'm using the Sunny Day dots. I'm going to warn you. They're a little bit of a... they have a little bit more of a bubble to them, but they are beautiful. I love them so much. It's worth it. So, and I love these so much, I'm going to actually put 5 on this card. I did, yep. Let's do one more peach one, because that will really pull out from that flower. Well, here we go. Where's my scissors? I'll do this. Okay, and then last but not least, on all the cards, we used our basic twine pack, and then you get all the colors this way. There's my scissors. I'm going to do a double bow, tie a double bow. There we go. I've got my heater going. I have to turn that off. It is very, very chilly here. Very chilly, very cold. So if you could tell, I'm dressed warm today. And I have thick wool socks on. So I like to be warm in my studio or in my craft room. All right, there you go. I love these colors too. They are so beautiful. They are just gorgeous. So I'm just gonna take that, put that down here, and there you go. So that's just one of the cards, and you could decorate with any of the flowers. So the other diagonal one, you go obviously the other direction, and this one, so cool. I don't think we've ever even had a die like this, and they're stitching around the outside. But let me show you the really, really cool thing when you run these through. So now when I use this again, I'll actually make a card with it. Oh, let's see, without the glare, maybe you can tell, but it leaves stitching on the outside too. So you could actually cut this into out of the middle, and then you're left with this beautiful, and it's not like a normal stitching, it's like a little eyelet. It's a little eyelet stitching. I have it here on this gray piece that I thought might be a little easier to see. Yeah, you can see a little bit better there. So it leaves this really pretty eyelet stitching on the outside of it. It's really pretty. Okay, let's go back here. All right. So, and that's what, and then I just added Mellow Mambo one. So those are our diagonal ones. Our next one is, the card this is one card front too. So let me grab that one. I did the same thing with piecing it together with a piece of that down there. Just colored it in. There we go. It's when I bring it up too. So pretty. Thank you guys. And then just added some dots. I love the font. So that's the third card that's in that series. Then across the bottom are all these 1.5 inch strips. Let me show you what I did with those. Because it's, so you're going to take 3 of them, and you could do either side. I just really went back and forth, kind of back and forth with them. These are actually, I trimmed them down. I wanted them to be by 3 3/4. So when you do yours, this is like one other little cut that you're going to do. Just trim them down to 3 3/4. We'll just cut off a little bit of that edge. And then we're going to take another, like a long piece of the Melon Mambo. You could actually do, just take a long card front here, just like this, and fold that in half. All my tools, I have it all right here, and then I start crafting and they get all over the place. Where the heck would my bone folder disappear to? Oh, I put the stamp set right on top of it. Did you guys see the meme that I posted last week? Was crafting, the art of looking for something you just had 30 seconds ago. That was serious. I do that the entire time that I'm crafting. So I would love, I'm going to actually do this one in the pool party. I wanted to see it in pool party when I was making it. So I'm going to do this one, but just show you, you could do it if you prefer the pool party. I think I saw Michelle was like, oh yeah, I love the other side. So this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to glue down, I'm going to make the other version. So both sides of this paper work really well with a one-sheet wonder. So not every piece of paper is good for a one-sheet wonder. It really helps when one side is patterned and one side is, not overly patterned. So then you're just going to go ahead and glue these strips down. So these are your 1.5 inch strips. And then you have one more that you'll use on another card. Oh boy. Let's try that again, Rhonda. Maybe straight this time would be nice. All right, so as a heads up, I'm going to be out of town next week. I'm working on seeing if Maddie will come back and do a video. So Maddie looks over my comments. So if all of you take a vote, don't we want Maddie to come back next week and show us one of the new kits? We have 3 new kits that just came out, and then 2 the month before. One of them is called the birthday, I think it's called Birthday Bash, and I want to see it, and I haven't made it yet. So I want to see if we can twist Maddie's arm to come back and do a video with us. And you guys will have to really twist Ryan's arm to see if he will come back too. So anyway, I'm working on it. If not, I'll have a little recording for you, but I love to see them. I love watching them so much. All right, so then I took, one of our really awesome punches is this modern oval punch. And I did not check to see if this was even available right now. It's been hit or miss. It's so popular. As soon as it comes back in, it's gone. But I think it's available. So I just punch that oval. Anybody who knows me, yep, Ryan too. You guys just listen. He'll do it, I'm sure, if he has lots of people who want him to come too. And he's going to be mad at me for putting him on the spot like that. It's not his favorite thing to do. And I'm like, I know it's not, Ryan, but we like watching. It's fun to watch. I think, like, you guys have seen me craft whatever for 24 years, and I think it's fun to watch somebody else and actually make the kits too. So like how easy it is to make the kits, that like anybody can do it, like even somebody who is doing it for like the very first time. So I think it's awesome, which is, you are awesome. So this is one of my favorite words. It's one of the words I use all the time. And not like on purpose. It's kind of more, it's just a word that I use all the time. So now we can take this burst of flowers. I did not run this through. So I'm going to run a piece of this through really quick. Let me see. I brought my little mini machine down here. See? All right. I'm going to shut that stamp pad. I have learned my lesson. I'm not going to be like where I don't listen. So I got to just cut a smaller piece of melon mambo so I can fit through the machine there. Okay, so I'm going to take, I love this. This little sprig is like the perfect sprig. Perfect. It's not too small. It's not too big. It's not too skinny. Like some sprigs are really skinny, and then it like is hard to, you have to use adhesive sheets, and this one is like perfect. You could use just one. You can do 2 of them, but it is like the perfect sprig. All right. I know you're saying I have other sprigs. You do, but this one is perfect, and I love it with. It's a little bit bigger. So when let me show you. So like, it's a little bit bigger. Where is that? Where's one of the cards I'm talking about? So right here. So it's a little bit bigger, that sprig. So if you're using the die that's in the set of dies, this is perfect with it. See that? It's like a perfect sprig. All right. Oh, all right. So I ran that through, and then that's it. So to glue this down, yes, you could use adhesive sheets. Probably best case scenario. You could use green glue, which for some of you, you love that. For me, I like taking my mini glue dots and I just roll them. And I make them skinny. And then they fit on, some of these. I just go through and put them on about 3 or 4 of the leaves. This is my best course of adhesive because then I don't have it. Like, if I use green glue, it would just be all over the place and everywhere. And I don't even know why. Like, it's green glue and I just have this love-hate relationship. I need one right there, and then this will stick down right where I want to. So this, and you just kind of roll them. You just roll them, and it makes them really, really, like, you can get super skinny with them. And then it also gives it just a little bit of lift, which is what I want to. Where'd that go? Okay, here we go. All right, so I just did about 5 of those. And then just, whoops. So look how that just pops. Isn't that awesome? So pretty. Take some of the twine. You could use black. So if I stamp that in black, you could use a black twine. You could use the gray twine. Let's see, which I'll use the white twine though. Boring, but I think this would be pretty if I'd used black words and had a little pop of the black. I did that on one of the cards, and I actually really liked it. This is the one I'm demonstrating next. This is the next one I'm going to show you. I loved the black when I stamped, because there's black there, and then I stamped that in black. So then the black twine looked really good with it. And I'm making double bows. But again, just a personal preference. You don't have to use double bows, but I like the double bow look is definitely my choice, my favored choice. So I always do that. And then you just buy lots more. I can't even tell you how many of these basic twine packs I have used over the years since they've been around. Okay, so just put that there on our card. I'm gonna go a little bit higher up so I don't cover up the "You Are Awesome." And then, right, these dots are so cool and so perfect. So I'm gonna sprinkle on some of the pool party, some of the pink, which goes with Melon Mambo, goes with, yeah, there you go. So "You Are Awesome." There's another one. So here's the other version. Oh, I saw what I did on this one. I like that better. I'm gonna move this one. When you move it, just make sure you get the little sticky glue and put it down there. There. So those are those. You could do it with this pattern or look at with that pattern. All right. The next one I'm going to show you, and it might be, we'll see how much time we've got. There's two cards that are they're similar again. I kind of made them in twos. So if you're looking at if you like these, I kind of did the same layout. These two are kind of the same layout. These two are the same layout, and these two are the same layout. So just kind of give you, just so you know, you could do one in Pool Party, one in Melon Mambo. It gives you, so you can use both sides of the paper. So this is this layout here. Now I decorated them differently. This one I decorated exactly as I just decorated that last one. And then this one I did with a stylish shape, and then one of the stamps, then use the black twine. But they're both made the same way. So what you're going to do is you're going to fold. Let me grab my trimmer on this one so I can just do it all at once. So you'd have your 4 1/4 by 11. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to score it at 5 1/2. So go ahead and score it at 5 1/2. And then you cut off 2 3/4. So you're going to do that on both of those cards. Okay. So take one of your 5 1/4 by 4 pieces of basic white that you cut. That's going to go on the inside. Then you have 2 pieces in your go to your little pile. So this is like a puzzle. Go to your little pile. Find your ones that are 2 1/2 by 4. And then this one just gets glued right down. Now, I changed it up a little bit, just so you know. I actually decided to use this piece over here. Look at this card. I don't know if you can even see. This is my favorite one. If you ask me for my favorite, this is my favorite. It's just so sweet. And it says, "You mean the world to me." So I can think of a lot of people to send this to, seriously. So this one is definitely my favorite. Crafting clothes, you do. So anyway, this one I did not. I did cut a piece of 2 3/4. It's here somewhere. Yep, I did cut one out of one of those pieces, and then that's what I used. Now on the Pool Party one, I didn't. So you just cut that piece off, and then you're gonna glue it. You're gonna glue it all down there. So the Pool Party one, I used the piece I cut off. On this one, I just added a piece of white because I wanted to use this on another card. So anyway, I'm gonna glue it down to here. Before I actually glue it down, take some of that black twine. All right. And oh, this one is not a bow. This one I just wrapped around a few times. So wrapped it around, I think I wrapped it around 3 times. Again, I use my twine up. I've got so much of it. I love it. Oh, right in front of you, Rhonda. There you go, of course. So, and then I just tied a bow there. And I want it kind of up here. Yeah, I didn't. Hold on. You want it at the top. Normally it doesn't matter. This one it does matter. There you go. All right, so while we're being so quiet, yes, if you want the template is free. I email it out. So my email list is really how you stay in touch with me, guys. So I will email you probably 3-4 times a week with different I always email out like a featured product of the week. So, and it's just informative. And then I'll email out the replays of here, so you can watch the replays. And then if I do any classes, so all of my events, and if I do any, guys, I do like 5 or 6 classes every month. So if you want to know about my classes, so you can get them shipped to your door, then you could. It's my email list. That's my form of communication. All right, so that goes there. I don't think I ever did this. So once I had that, then I glued with my Stampin' Seal Plus. Put it there. All right, now then you just go ahead and decorate. And I loved this one, so I went ahead and did how I colored this. Let me show you a little bit how I colored this. I don't know what happened there. So I took my pool party. I made my flowers pool party. So color those in the light pool party. And I did this for the really big ones too. So again, if you're working with purple, then you can make your flowers purple. I'm working with pool party here. And like a pink. All right. So then I took like a little bit, I took my dark Pretty in Pink. And now this is not the exact color. I didn't really, because if you look at this, it's almost like a watercolor wash, a watercolor look. So, but I went ahead and again, colored this in the darker. And then I took my color lifter. So I do this technique a lot when I want something to be a little bit muted. Just go in with your color lifter, and it just it makes it almost like spread. So it looks like that watercolor look. If I come up closer, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see or not. But it kind of just, and then once it dried, then I went back in with just a little bit of this darker, I think this is the light berry burst, and just added a little bit of that. And that too will almost spread. So that's how I got that. I use my color lifter a lot when I am coloring. I do. Oops. Let me grab my this is my dark pool party. And I'm just going to add the dark to some of these little accents here. There. So that's how I colored that. I went to okay, so there's You Are Awesome. I've already used that one. So let me show you some of the other ones. There's this one, You've Been on My Mind. Oh, I can think of so many people to send that to. Like, God puts people on your mind all the time. To sign up on my email list, it's in the description. And actually, if you go to rondawade.com, it pops up too. So there's lots of ways, but it's going to be, there'll be a supply list too. So Jennifer does my supply list. So she watches the videos and writes down everything. She gets you the item codes, the numbers, the cost. I mean, she does an incredible job for us for that. So, it's a wealth of information. Like, we go to a lot of work to help you guys. All right, so there's, I appreciate your thoughtfulness. And then You've Been on My Mind. You are awesome. Thanks so much. You mean the world to me. So I've used most of them. The You've Been on My Mind is definitely one that I can think of many, many reasons to send this out to people. All right, where's the block? Most of my blocks are dirty. So let me grab a dirty block. This one I am stamping in black because I used black ribbon. All the other ones I stamped in basic gray, just to be a little bit, there you go, I don't want to have such a little messy spot for you guys. All right. I'm not going to I think this will probably be my last one that I'll show you. I'll go back and show you the rest of them. But I just wanted to show you how, like, the process. You just start with card 1, and the several of them you can work in like doubles. Like they're the kind of the same layout. You'll just use one half of the paper on one side and then one half on the other card. All right, so let's take that. That goes on here, and then we'll take a couple dimensionals here. And then these cards go together quick, simple. To me, it's kind of that the same, kind of like putting together a puzzle versus like starting from scratch with card making. It's a little bit of a different frame of mind, and I love this frame of mind. I love being able to look at templates and be able to kind of like, but then have your own creative. I want you guys to still have your own creative freedom that you can do other things to it, but we'll this one down here. Okay, so there's another one of the cards. Again, the same template is this one. So you put your message right in there. You could keep decorating if you want to. I want these to be pretty simple for you to be able to then add your own little creative freedom. All right, so the last thing I wanted to show you was, this is one of the coolest parts of this bundle. So I did it in two different ways. This one, I wanted a white border to kind of go around it. So when I ran, let's start with this one first, and I'll show you because I actually ran it through here. So I ran through this one by itself with just white. So then you get your big one with just white. And then I ran through it again with them layered together. And they nestle like perfectly. And I ran that through with smoky slate. So it just sits right in there perfectly. Can you see that? And then when you're done, it cuts out everything. So it cuts out both. Then you'll take your little poker tool, or if you have like the little brush, I use both. I don't have the brush here, so I'm using my little poker tool, and you just poke out all of the things. Now, obviously, I would use adhesive sheets because this is pretty intricate, and then you just go through. I know this, you can see, probably better to see on a white background, but you create this border. So then, once you've done that, once you've poked all the things out, I'm not doing them on here, that's why I did this. Then you're going to just glue this down on top of the white, and it fits perfectly. That, you have lots of little confetti. Then, whoa, let's see here, I must have bumped my camera. All right, so then that's what you're left with. So then you just glue it down. I didn't even add any dots to this one. This one I thought was just pretty. Yeah, it's a wow for sure. Such a wow, and it's really, really, really easy. Yeah, I'm so lucky to have Jennifer. So blessed. Like, God literally loved me when He put her in my life. He knew that I needed her. And all of you too. Like, she works with me right by my side. I think I talk to Jennifer every day of my life, maybe except for a Saturday and Sunday, but we talk every day for you guys. All right, so then, and then here's another one. This was that 4x4 piece. And then, so on this one, you're gonna cut off 1 1/4 at the bottom. And then I took the very last 1 1/2 by 4 piece and put down there. And again, you could flip flop these. You could do them the same. That's where I think you're going to be able to make lots of these. Like, you could make several sets, and each one you could be a little bit creatively differently. I did the flowers and just pool party and a little dots of little bit of pink on that one, and definitely added our pretty dots. So the other one I wanted to show you was this one. This one is a little bit different. Can you see? It has a border. So after I ran it through, this bottom part is attached. So it will cut out all of this. Oh, here, I have it. Where did it go? I tossed it aside. Okay, so here. So when you, obviously you would poke all of these out. So then, so when you ran that through, there's a stitching here. And so all I did was just follow the stitching. So you can just trim that off and just follow that stitching. So that's a little bit more tedious, but if you want that border going around, then you can do that. So I just cut all the way around, and it left me with a little bit of a smaller border, and then I glued that down. You obviously would take more time to do that. So that's how I got this one on that. All right, and I think that's most all of them. I think I showed you almost all of them. So, except for this was my last one, and my last one was my favorite one. It's just so sweet. And that is, again, from that. You could use any flower, but I really loved this bouquet of flowers, and I loved how I colored it. I loved all of it. And there's the words here that say, "You mean the world to me." I didn't put any dots on this one. I didn't think it needed it. So there you go. There is our One Sheet Wonder class. Let me see if I bring you back up here. Thank you guys for joining me. You're going to get to see a little bit of my setup here. I'm so glad that you came. Let's do this. How's that? Well, no. It's going to be in our way no matter what. There. Go Notre Dame. Go Irish. And so, okay, so here's the deal. This is going to be a class I'm going to offer. It's a quick one. Like, I'm going to be shipping it out probably in 2 weeks. So I will give you the link if you want to class, or you can